game in which your destiny depends upon your own decisions, and where the ultimate weapon is your mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please take your seats at this time. As the program will begin momentarily.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Gen X Dave. That's Smoking the Bull. And this is Gen X and Beyond. How you doing, bud?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
I was watching a nature show earlier.
Really?
Yeah. One of you told me it was time to get on here.
Okay. Well,
Hey, got to learn about tadpoles sometimes, right?
no, you don't. No.
Did you know? Did you know that tadpoles are cannibals?
I don't know. Don't care.
I didn't know that.
Frogs are.
Okay.
Technically, we are.
Yeah, I like a little chicken with the human meat.
No, bro. We eat meat, period. We're cannibals, bro. We're meat eaters.
Do you not? Does your chicken not have human meat in it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Absolutely positive.
Yes, because I get my
I
shit
don't
from
know
the
about
Amish.
all that.
I get my food from the Amish, boy.
Well, my
I don't.
chicken may have human meat in it, but
Well, stop buying Tyson.
I ain't that rich,
Well, when they say it's pure white meat,
right?
so I'm thinking about changing the whole show, bro. Tomorrow night
Oh,
at 6 p.m. Central Time, I have a meeting with John from Unchained Down the Rabbit Hole, and going to discuss my podcast, and he's going to help me get a few things figured out.
down the rabbit hole, huh?
Yeah. And
I subscribed to his channel and did all the, bell and all and everything, but I haven't seen him post anything.
they're live right now.
Oh.
Well, it's Ray and this one lady that guest on their show a lot.
Right on.
So, but yeah, I mean, thinking about changing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, maybe we could do it.
I mean, I'm gonna change probably our opening and exit and background, and probably even go about to the point of changing
Whatever we need to, huh?
Yeah, whatever we need to.
Okay.
So, anywho, that's what I've been thinking about.
Yeah. Right on. Well, I mean, I'm new to this just like you, and I really couldn't tell you what's good and what's bad.
Well, I know I want to change a few things. I know a few things doesn't sit right. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to get to the point to where, where we're doing some 3 nights a week thing, and on the off night, if I decide I'm going to 3D print, I could showcase that, other things. You know what I mean? So it's a lot to go through right now.
Yeah.
And until I talk to him, I don't know what we're gonna do. So
Or on the off nights, I can stream World of Warcraft.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
I don't do it much right now, but I mean, I can pick it up.
yeah, go ahead, get on your thing, bro. But anyway, I guess a lot of stir is going on in Hollywood.
Hollywood, huh? Again?
Dude, so many people are talking shit. So many actors and actresses, like, their opinions matter to us or something. And it's not. What's really kills me is the fact that even more musicians, like musicians that I liked, that I looked up to, that I thought were cool, that I respected, lost a little bit of that from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. Do you know
A long time ago it happened for me, I know.
Do you know who Kira Cedric is?
Not the name, no.
Okay, she is married to Kevin Bacon.
Okay.
You know who that is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon was the guy in the original Footloose.
Okay.
All right. They're both fucking running their mouth about Trump and Trump supporters and sitting there saying, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just fucking dumb, dude. It's really dumb.
Well, I mean, there's not much of a percentage in Hollywood that is or would be for Trump. Not many at all. I could probably count on one hand, maybe, the amount of voters that I would assume voted. If they voted for Trump.
Yeah, well, I'm going to share something, and I'm sorry. I want to apologize to this influencer. I think his name's Josiah Rise. I want to say that's his name, but I could be wrong. But here's a little part of what I was talking about. You ready?
Mr. Wokey Pants and Hollywood's favorite meathead, Rob Reiner, someone who is literally screaming after the complete disaster of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris losing to President Trump, has now gone into a complete insane meltdown today after everything that has happened with Bruce Springsteen and President Trump. Bruce Springsteen is continuing to completely implode his own career with the insane things that he has been saying while he's been over touring in Europe right now. It's completely hilarious to watch as Rob Reiner is absolutely falling apart over what is happening between Trump and Bruce Springsteen. Of course, this is Rolling Stone, so they are saying legendary director and outspoken Democratic donor Rob Reiner. I don't think a single person thinks of Rob Reiner as a legendary director, but let me know if you think that he is or not. This is what he had to say. So choosing sides between Bruce Springsteen and Donald Trump in their current war of words didn't require much deliberation. Bruce Springsteen is 100% right, Rob Reiner says in an interview for an upcoming print issue of Rolling Stone. I mean, you have to be a moron to not think that everything that Bruce Springsteen said is true, which is not, okay? Everything that Bruce Springsteen has been saying has been completely dumb, nonsensical, and not the truth whatsoever. It is just more of the mainstream media lies, more of the mainstream media talking points, and their propaganda.
And this is why people wonder, or the mainstream media wonders why we listen to people like this and the Center Square and the Dales Report and stuff like that. Why we pay attention to them more than we do mainstream media now is because people who are on here are so much more genuine because they're not everyday actors. They're not, script readers, teleprompt readers. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
I appreciate this true information.
Propaganda, that is all that it is. And there's nothing that Donald Trump can do to him unless he's able to turn this country into a full-blown autocracy, which he's trying to do. And because he's so dumb and he's such an incompetent person, he'll fail, just like he's failed with everything he's ever done in his life, which is hilarious to say about one of the greatest political comebacks that we have ever seen in the history of America, where Trump became president again, something that the Democrats said would never happen. The Democrats said this, even conservatives were saying that there's no way Trump could ever be president again. People at the Daily Wire were saying this, saying that, well, we can't go with Trump again because there's no way he can beat the Democrats. How did that work out, Daily Wire? We're talking about a guy, President Trump.
Did he just call out the Daily Wire, bro?
He did. I mean, they did for a couple of the years under Joe Biden say that Trump wouldn't ever be elected again.
That is just fucking crazy.
Who was mocked the first time he ran because they said that he would never win, and then he was mocked the second time because they said that he would never win again, and now look at him, being the president once again. He's a billionaire, something that you will never be, Rob Reiner. So who is really the loser here? If we're going to compare you to Trump, it's obviously you. So this whole thing is absolutely hilarious to see these Democrats say this type of stupidity all the time. All the time. It is insane. But Reiner says that Americans still need to fight against what he sees as an effort to take a 250-year democracy and turn it into an autocracy. We're going to have to fight like crazy to preserve this. Millions of people died so that fascism wouldn't come to our shores, so that we'd preserve our democracy.
Fascism? You want to talk fascism? Hollywood is 100% the definition of fascism. So is Disney.
Yep.
So is Nike. So is Budweiser. So is 50% of the Major League Baseball teams, NFL, NBA. You want to talk fascism? About Amazon,
BLM.
Black Lives Matter, the KKK. You want to talk about fascism? The Democratic Party, the liberal nut jobs that are scattered all over the country, mainly all in Hollywood and Colorado and Oregon and Washington,
Nebraska.
You nut jobs. Let me just say this, okay? To every single Hollywood elite out there, listen to me and listen to me well. All you George Clooney's, your Kira Cedric's, your Kevin Bacon's, your Jeff Daniels, your non-American Canadian loving ass Jim Carrey, not your Julia Roberts, not your, all the actors that Democrat run your mouth. Pink, you're an artist. Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam, you're an artist. Listen, we pay your salary. You're rich because of people like us, okay, who paid to go see your shows, who paid to stand in lines at the theater to see your movies, who sit at home on the couch and watch your TVs. Well, used to. We put the money in your pockets. Your opinions, political opinions, mean nothing to us anymore. We don't listen to you. We don't care what you have to say. We're not paying attention. You overpaid pompous asses. We don't care. All right? The only thing we want you to do is keep your fucking mouth shut and do what we pay you to do. We pay to see a show, so sing. We pay to see a movie, so act. Outside of that, shut the fuck up.
And it don't matter what we're doing in the crowd because hey, we already gave you our money.
The thing is this right here. We didn't pay to listen to a fucking lecture about Donald Trump. We paid to listen to some fucking music and watch you perform. Shut the fuck up and perform.
I mean,
Okay.
even if we're in a, there was a setting where there was some people trying to get a shot with a singer in the background. I forget who it was. It's been a while back when uh, the corpse was trying to run the country.
Look, I don't. This is just the way it is. Listen, your picture's going to be taken. Your videos are going to be shown, regardless if you're on stage performing or not. You allowed public access to you, so you get what's coming to you. A fat paycheck and a healthy dose of shut the fuck up and keep your political opinions to yourself. That's just the way it is. We don't give a fuck. We don't care. We don't listen to you motherfuckers anymore. You Robert De Niro motherfuckers. Fuck all you.
Except you were literally the one who was, praising Kamala Harris, someone who was not voted by a democratic process whatsoever. But apparently, democracy is really only a thing that it basically just means to Democrats that you do what they want you to do, that they get their way. And when they don't, well, it turns out that they are willing to bend the rules with democracy, aren't they? And 80 years later, we're faced with a possible fascist takeover. We're going to fight hard to make sure that doesn't happen. We have to keep Trump's feet to the fire because it's for the countries that have become autocracies for the most part. It takes years to start changing the Constitution.
This shit is fucking funny. Rob Reiner snaps. You know what I'm saying? This dude fucking is an idiot. That
he's completely right.
Look, bro, tell me he does not look like he could be a distant cousin of Tampon Tim.
All Democrats use the same talking point over and over and over and over and over.
None of it is factual. None of it's factual.
Right.
Zero. You know what I'm saying?
Like, oh, Trump's a felon. Wait, 1 second. Every felon I know has done time in prison. Every felon I know has went away for some time. I don't know that Trump has. I don't think he has.
Dude, look, this is what I was talking about right here.
I dare you to let me build
No,
you
I'm
a
not.
completely
You're not
free
daring me nothing.
e-commerce store preloaded with 20.
How you doing?
Yeah.
I felt like it was important to get on the blower and talk a little bit about how I'm feeling and wondering how you're feeling about the state of our union.
This was posted on X. So, Moken, I know you. If you go to X, you can probably look her up, Kira Cedric, and comment to this video.
Oh, I feel great. I feel great about it, Kira. Thank you for asking.
Finding myself pretty scared about a lot of things, scared about losing my rights as a woman, scared about losing my right to vote as
You voted Democrat. You already lost your rights when you voted for Democrats, you dumb, stupid, Hollywood idiot. And the reason why I say this is because they don't care about your rights. They're allowing men who act like women into women's spaces, into women's bathrooms, into women's sports, women's locker rooms. The list goes on. If anything, since you're for the Democratic Party and you posted this video, so obviously you are a true Democrat, not a fake to the media Democrat, but vote Republican.
Wow.
Undercover Republican. Okay, because I know there's a lot of you Hollywood actors out there, directors, producers. I know a lot of you act Democrat to the cameras, but under the cover.
Wait, what was her name again?
Kira Cedric. So, but yeah, nobody cares. You lost your rights when you voted Democrat.
Finding myself pretty scared about a lot of things, scared about losing my rights as a woman, scared about losing my right to vote as a woman, scared about losing autonomy over my body as a woman, scared.
Keep in mind.
Autonomy. What? You want to kill kids? You want to kill babies? Is that what you're talking about?
Losing autonomy over my body as a woman, scared.
Keep in mind she is 60 years old, by the way. Yeah, she's so scared about losing autonomy over her body, which of course means that she is scared about her abortion rights being taken away when she's 60. 60.
Scared of my parents' social security checks, scared of food banks running out of food and not being able to replenish because they're no longer.
Listen, for as long as I could remember, all the way back to when I was a kid, and I was born in, I'm 48 years old. Okay, so you could do the math. When I was a kid growing up in the 80s, 90s, became an adult and got married late 90s, all the way until now, food banks and pantries around the U.S. have always been short on food and not having enough food. They've always been that way. That will never change.
Longer getting federal funding. Yes, the federal government can use improvement, and there's a lot of things that they've done right over the decades. So I think the answer to being freaked out for me is about community, and I feel excited that we're coming together as a nation on Saturday. You can look it up in your area. It's Hands Off March, and I'm just gonna go and hear what I hear and feel less alone in the world, because I feel like that's really important. So if you're worried about,
so it's basically,
she is a freaking nut job. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly, dude. This is what I'm talking about. And it gets even worse, bro. Look, Bono from U2 goes ape shit, bro. Goes ape shit. Who? Let's see here. Look, Disney actress goes nuts with bomb threats. That's fascism.
Yeah.
I think these guys got it backwards, man. You know what I mean? They got it backwards. It's just freaking. It's like, shut the fuck up and do what we pay you to do. Hollywood gets a bunch of tax dollars, bro, and a bunch of incentives to go film movies and shows and all over the country, all over the world. Hollywood, Disney, both. They get incentives. Okay. Now, what would happen to Hollywood and Disney if all those went bye-bye? And that leads me to believe that none of these awards that were ever given out at any of these award shows maybe we could eliminate MTV out of that, but the CMAs bought and paid for by the Democratic Party. Period, point blank. They just got sucked in and didn't know how to defend themselves. The AMAs, the Tony Awards, all these award shows, they're all fake, bro. And none of the people that got awards, except for maybe a handful, they don't deserve them because their shit sucked. When I used to watch the award shows in the late 90s, early 2000s, Moken, you want to hear something funny? When I used to watch them, there was a few years in a row that a couple of movies or a couple of songs that should have gotten an award that was number one on the Billboard and music and the ticket sales at the Ticketmaster, number one at Ticketmaster, that didn't even get awards, bro. And gave it to some B-list actor like Kara Cedric. That's how dumb they are, bro. And it's not just them. It's George Clooney. It's Julia Roberts. The list goes on. And the ones that are not coming forward and saying anything or getting involved in the media with anything with politics, those are the ones I was telling you about, that they're the undercover Republicans, bro.
Yeah.
The only one that has spoken up against, the only two that I know of that have spoken up against the Democratic Party without saying fuck the Democratic Party, and they haven't canceled these two guys. Denzel Washington and Morgan Freeman.
Adam Sandler.
I can't say yes or no because he's just too quiet. He don't get involved.
He is a known conservative, though. But
how do we know that, bro? He was brazen.
He don't go in front of people and tell them, hey, vote this side. Hey, vote that side. To your point, he don't do that. I never see him saying,
I'm just saying, bro.
Vote Democrat or vote Republican. Either one.
Hey, listen.
I do not see him doing it.
You libtards that are millionaire actors and singers and songwriters, you threatened to leave this country if Donald Trump became president the first time and you didn't go.
Oh, they're not going yet?
Hold on. And this time, when he said he was going to win this time, and he did, landslide, okay, some of you left. The rest of you haven't. Get out. We don't want you here. You're moving.
Get out so we can adopt Canada and it'll all be the same.
Get out. Don't just leave. Don't come back. Because I'm going to tell you the guys this right now. You want to know the honest God truth? If you're watching, if you're paying attention and know where to look and how to do research online when it comes to areas around America, the blue, heavy, dense blue counties in Illinois are no longer blue. Okay. These midterms.
Pritzker's on his way out.
Yeah, these midterms come next year. in our state or across the country.
Yep.
There's going to be a lot of people losing jobs, including mayors, councilmen and women, both, all on Democratic side, and they're going to flip Republican, and it's going to flip red. I feel that in this country, we're going to see a second red wave.
That's never happened before.
And if we have a super majority in the Senate and a super majority, well, we don't need a super majority. We already got the majority in the House. Bro, there's nothing that Trump can't do that can't be stopped. Nothing that he can't do. And the Democrats can't stop it.
They can whine and cry all they want.
Yeah, but they can't stop it.
There's not going to be enough seats on that one side to cover all the people on the right.
What do you mean?
So there's going to be more people than there are seats on the right in the Senate.
Bro, in the Senate, dude, if we get 60, that's super majority. Democrats cannot use a filibuster. And Trump won't have to worry about reconciliations because he'll be able to get whatever the fuck he wants.
Right.
But the people's not worried. Listen, you guys are so dumb. You're not for the people. You're for yourself.
They're for the minority.
No, they're not. They're for the LGBTQ and that's it. They don't care about blacks. They don't care about the deportation. They're just using that as tools. They care about
and they throw the blacks right in there with the LGBTQ.
They want to manipulate the laws so they have the rights as a government to try to be able to do whatever the fuck they want with your body. It's not what you want. It's what they want. Experimentation.
We're going to have them voting for Democrat 200 years.
If yeah, look, it didn't get that far, did it? Because he won the black vote, Hispanic vote, Asian vote, all the swing states, Amish vote. Amish, when do they vote? You know what I mean?
Whenever the government starts coming after them.
Yeah, and taking their livelihood away that they have no right to do.
None.
I'm going to say this right now. There's a lot of things that the Republicans stand for that I don't like. But there's way more.
There are some things I don't like about the Republicans, yes.
That
not much.
The list is endless, but distinguished when it comes to the Democrats.
Right.
I don't like nothing.
I'm sorry to tell y'all, but the left has left the left.
Yeah. And they went so far left that they're beating themselves up against a fucking wall that's indestructible. They're in a corner.
Anybody that was even slightly moderate is now right. Anybody that even goes against their narrative, they kick them out.
It's just, dude, listen.
You can't be with them and disagree with one thing.
You have to be all for it.
Like all in. And I mean,
it's so bad that some of these Democrat politicians, now listen what I tell you, people, that this is true. This is 100% factual. You can find it everywhere on the internet. There is some Democratic politicians in some states that want to make pedophilia legal.
Yeah.
Do you
Oh, yeah.
understand what I'm telling you? Your party has totally lost their fucking mind.
They're only minor attracted people.
Bullshit. You're a rapist?
All right. And they can go in the wood chipper just as well.
Exactly. I'm with JD on that wood chipper 2025. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That is fucking hilarious, dude.
It's actually really sad. It's sad that us, the older now older generation.
Speak for yourself.
You're older than me,
Look, this is like the 4th year I turned 25. Shut up.
But anyway, the older generation now has to look at our grandchildren and say, are they okay? Are they gonna be okay because of what states do?
No, bro.
Or whenever they grow up, are they going to move to a state that allows their kids to be in trouble? You know what I mean?
Brainwashed. Look, do you remember all that shit that happened in Seattle?
When there's been a bunch of crap in Seattle that happened.
Well, I'm talking about all that shit that happened, a few years ago? They made the autonomous zone, the police chief quit, and all that stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, well, they're about to find the fuck out, dude, because they keep pushing their buttons. Trump's going to send in the National Guard and shut that city down.
He needs to. Who was the governor of that place?
Some Democratic a-hole that's just following toe in line because they got their hand in the cookie jar with the rest of them.
No, I want you. Yeah. Why don't you just go on and look it up real quick?
What? Look up what?
Who was the governor? Of Seattle, right? Seattle, Washington?
Seattle governor is Bob Ferguson since 2025, so he just got elected. Who was the old governor? Let's see here.
Yeah, he just inherited everything.
Yeah, he's a Democrat, so he ain't gonna fix shit.
He may have ran on trying to fix it, but he ain't.
He ain't gonna fix nothing.
Democrats say they know how to run that mouth and never deliver on anything.
It's dumb, bro. I mean, dude, they act like we give a fuck about what they say. And they get on the wrong fucking platforms to say it, like X. Do you not know X is owned by Elon Musk? Don't you know he's a Republican conservative? He's the leader of Doge. Okay?
Well, he
Why
wasn't.
even
He
on
wasn't a Republican until about 4 years ago.
when Biden turned his back on him with the electric vehicle thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, I mean, you got to remember this crap. Donald Trump didn't become Republican until the
2014.
mid 90s.
No, he didn't.
20s.
Nope. He was a he was a Democrat all the way up until 2014.
2000s.
Remember
He was a Democrat to win?
He was a Democrat till he came down that escalator and got in front of that mic, said he's running for president as a Republican.
Well,
he was a Democrat all the way up until he got on that escalator down.
And that was 2014?
2014, 2015.
Okay. And Elon Musk wasn't Republican until about 4 years ago.
Yeah, 2020.
So you got to see the left has left the left.
Tulsi Gabbard, Democrat, old governor from Hawaii, now Republican.
Last year.
Well, still a Democrat, I guess.
Last year.
How many Democrats have turned Republican? There was like one or two in Texas, like from 3 years ago, that flipped Republican. There was a few more mayors and senators.
So why? Please tell me why there are so many Democrats hating on other Democrats.
Because they can't, because those Democrats that are being hated against and pushed away from the Democratic Party are obviously the ones that can't be bought.
So what does that mean for everybody else that is fighting them?
And listen, and again, just so you know that you can't be bought, Trump ain't taking a paycheck again.
So again, he's losing money.
He's not even taking a paycheck.
Elon Musk then lost billions of dollars.
And he never took a paycheck. Okay? None of their work is being charged to the taxpayer. The president is not taking a paycheck or a pension. Elon Musk is not taking a paycheck or a pension.
I don't think fucking Joe Biden should get a paycheck.
You guys are so fucking brainwashed.
I don't think any of the pardons that Joe Biden put out, I don't think any of them should be legal.
That's up to decide. I don't care about the fucking pardons. That's up to them. But I'm going to tell you one thing about this. Donald Trump's a racist, right?
Yeah, that's why he has that black woman sitting there telling him who should be left or canceled out of prison.
Yeah, look,
listen.
He commuted the sentence of Larry Hoover. Do you know who that is?
Who?
Larry Hoover. Larry Hoover started and was the founder of the Gangster Disciples gang in Chicago.
Okay.
He commuted his sentence. He let another rapper out of jail. A couple of them, I do believe.
Okay.
So, I mean, if he was a racist, he wouldn't be pardoning black people. Or
no, he wouldn't.
Americans. He's not pardoning family members.
No. It was all part of the auto pin. That's why I say I don't think anything that was done with the auto pin, the 4-year auto pin that we had in charge of this country for 4 years, shouldn't even be legal.
You know how many people are in jail, just county jail across the country, that are innocent, that ain't done nothing, and being locked away for months, even a year, before they even get any type of help, or they have to admit guilt to get out of jail or just whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Being brainwashed, bro. And to you, police fundraiser companies around this country, especially the ones in Democratic states, until the cops stand up against their boss, the governor, and their Democratic mayors, till the cops start following the oath that they sworn to adhere and obey and uphold, the oath of the Constitution and the oath of the Constitution of the state they're in. You guys don't do your job. Don't call my freaking phone and ask for a donation.
Just like NPR and PBS, they get funded by the government. Then Trump says, "Oh, I'm going to quit funding you." But yet, this whole time that they've been getting funded by the government, they're asking for your donations.
Yeah. Take PBS off the air. I don't care. I ain't no sweat.
Care less. My children's children will find something else to watch.
Yeah. Oh, and did you hear the new idea out of the Democratic Party?
I'm kind of scared.
Oh my God. Be glad you're not on Xbox.
Oh God.
Be glad you're not on PlayStation, and be glad you're not on Nintendo. It might come to PC games. I'm just warning you. They're going to start launching Democrat ideology commercials on video games, on your game consoles, during the video games. Like if you end a level, and in between levels and going back to main lobby, boom, there'll be a commercial.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not.
Now, is that a subscription? That's over the subscription?
I don't know. I don't know how deep it's going to go. But people are talking about it.
Because if you're paying the subscription,
It probably wouldn't even matter.
oh, it would matter.
No, it would only matter if it was like Netflix or Paramount or Discovery. You wouldn't get commercials if you pay for the subscription, but on video games, it wouldn't matter.
The fuck, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, they follow under different rules and different laws, bro. You could go to
Bill
Dashboard.
Spencer needs to get his head out his ass.
Go to Dashboard, and boom, there'll be a commercial.
Bill Spencer needs to get his head out of his ass, and so does the PlayStation CEO.
It's not gonna happen, bro. It's not gonna happen. It's one reason why I'm trying to do what I do so I can have my own gaming PC. And then I could just take all my gaming to PC, regardless if it's PlayStation Network, Xbox, whatever, you know.
That really, really bugs me.
And here's another thing. They just released a statement about possibly shutting down all Xbox 360 games off servers.
I thought they already did that.
No, they did that to the Xbox games, not the 360.
I think they took all of 360 off the network. You can only play that on offline.
I don't know. I know there's some talk about that there is shutting down. I guess there's still certain games that you can.
Maybe if you have the newer console or the Xbox One,
But
you cannot play it on the 360 right now as we speak. You cannot get on the 360 and be online and play with the multiplayer on there. It can't happen.
well, I guess they're taking
One of my friends had
offline.
to
There
get
you
an
go.
Xbox One because his 360 went offline. One of our friends.
Well, I guess they're taking them all off of Game Pass, Game Store. You're not going to be able to buy them anymore. You're not going to be able to do any of that. Completely 360, everything away. So if you don't already have it on an extended hard drive, then you're not going to be able to get it because they're taking it all down. Maybe not online anymore across or be able to play against others online, but they're all going bye-bye. Complete shutdown of everything 360, video games in the store and Game Pass, all that gone. It's all going bye-bye. So everybody's going to have to go to vintage shops and go buy the hard copies in reuse resale stores. Or find somebody who's got it online for sale for like Facebook Marketplace or eBay or something like that.
You ain't gonna find them.
I'm
Not without them being an astronomical amount.
That means if I want to get online and play Call of Duty, World at War, Zombies, me and you can't play together because it's a 360 game.
Nope, it had to be local.
Which is dumb.
Split screen.
No, that's dumb.
Two Xboxes hooked together on the same network, two different TVs, still local.
But I don't know. I think you still can, though, because it's an Activision server, right?
I mean, again, you'd still have to be local. You'd have to do what we used to have to do.
It was
network them together.
Network link them together. Two TVs in the same damn room.
Yep.
That's so dumb.
that's still local.
Yeah. That's so dumb. But that's how far they're going to go, bro. They're gonna. Hey, listen. That's how far they're going. Commercials.
I had to.
And you want to know something crazy about all that too, bro? Is that Republicans, if they wanted to do that, let's just say it's something they were thinking about doing, they wouldn't be allowed to.
Well, if Democrats can do it, why can't the Republicans?
Because they're fucking blackballed, dude. Remember how many times
they can still get into it.
Look how many times Republicans went after video games. You know what I mean? And not only Republicans, some Democrats did too.
Well,
you don't need money to be rich.
No.
You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. But I'm ready to get out of here, man. You done? I'm done.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Man. You have a good night. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, listen. We're probably going to not have any podcast coming up anytime soon. I'm going to take this meeting tomorrow, take a bunch of notes, and we'll go from there. We may be changing a lot of stuff, so look for some changes, all right? So until next time, I'm
like, share, and subscribe.
Exactly. I'm Gen X Dave. That's Smoking a Bowl. And we're out of here, guys. Have a good night.
There you go.
Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the